police department. I didn't call you. You been someone feel like, yeah. I just want to let you know we caught the guy that murdered your son. I said, oh, praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. And I went on telling the story. I had passed there the day before, I think it was. And I was just saying, Lord, I wish you show me who killed my child. It just hurt me to pass through that, and I don't know who took his life.
Yeah.
And there that next day, Sunday evening, here he comes.
Good morning, guys. I just woke up. I am so tired. I did not get no sleep last night. And then my lovely mother decided she wanted to call me at 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, girl, who is up that late? Not me. I was knocked out. So I'm tired. Didn't go to sleep till already after 1. Well, no, I went to sleep at like 12, and then she woke me up at 1. So I'm about to get up. The kiddos are getting ready for school. I'm about to get dressed, drop my babies off at school, and head to the courthouse and see if they grant him the ability to reduce his bail, or if they grant him a bail, which I'm praying to God that they don't, because that would be so unjust. If that's even how you use that word. I'm tired, y'all, but I just hope that they don't grant him a bail reduction or grant him bail regardless. He needs to sit in jail until he has his day in court. Remind you guys, what we did, the first hearing or whatever you want to call it, we're not in trial. We're still, I guess you would call it like pre-trial. So we haven't actually got to the point to where it's at trial. We don't even know if it's going to make it to trial. He might plea out before. He might, we don't know what will happen. So we haven't even made it to the step of going to trial. I'm hoping that it don't have to go to trial and they just find him guilty and he stays in jail. But let me get up and get ready and head to this courthouse. Bye, y'all.
What time y'all doing Friday? 2:30. Oh, y'all gotta be out with one phone?
No, right, yes, sir, no, sir.
I'm tired.
What do we have?
No, they do that just for them, you know what I'm saying, see the judge.
What do you have now?
Guys, look at, we got our shirts. All right, y'all, so we just got out of court and they ended up throwing out the bail reduction, not the courts. The person himself ended up saying, I don't want to do the bail reduction. I'm going to just keep it what it is. So we have to come back and have another court hearing and take it from there. And that's where it would start, y'all. Baby, his demeanor was totally different this time. Seeing us having our shirts on, you could tell like his demeanor was totally different. We representing, we will be at every court date, every trial, every hearing, everything representing my uncle. But the lady said, the DA told us that just because the bail reduction, he didn't want to do it anymore, he still currently has a bail, which is 1.1 million. So if, he still can post bail basically. But she said with it being the amount that it isn't likely that he will post bail, because I think 10% of $1 million is like $100,000. But you never know. But we just pray that, he doesn't post bail, he sit in jail, and he sits in jail. Because like I said, it's taken us 3 years, 5 months for them to catch him. So he's a flight risk. We don't want to risk any chances of him getting out, running, or anything. So we're just praying that he stays in jail, although she did say that if he was to post bail, they would put stipulations on him. What the stipulations would be, she didn't know, but it could be house arrest, it could be anything. But to me, that's not good enough. You need to stay in jail. So we're just waiting for the next court date. And yeah, guys, so the next court date is where they're just making sure everybody is ready, all the officers, all the, they're just making sure everybody is ready to take this case to trial. And after that, then we'll have the hearing where we hear all of the evidence, everything. I know that day is going to be really hard for us, especially my grandmother. My sister was saying that she didn't think it was best for my grandma to be there. But like I said, me personally, I feel like it would be harder for my grandma to not know than for her to know and, you know, kind of put it behind her. So I feel like although it's going to be hard, it's going to be hard for the whole entire family. I feel like she needs to be there. She needs to be there every step of the way to put her mind at ease, and to help her. So that's it for today, y'all. I'm just glad that they didn't give him the bail reduction, that he just threw it out. I think because, mind y'all, the first hearing that we had, he hadn't even spoken to his lawyer. That was the first time he spoken to his lawyer. So he found out the charges and the evidence and whatever against him. So he came in a little cocky, but today I feel like he came with a little bit of sense. I feel like he was more intimidated, and, you know, now that he know what he's facing and what he has against him. So I just pray that, these next couple of cases will be okay. But until then, I'll see you guys at the next court hearing. Bye. Hi guys. So I just literally walked out of the courthouse. Today's court hearing, really much of nothing happened. The lawyer on the opposing side is basically pushing to a further court date because he's claiming that he didn't get some of the evidence, which I think he's just trying to prolong the case. But we just have to come back for our next court date, and hopefully he get all the evidence that he needs. The guy today, he was just being arrogant and blowing his girlfriend, whoever that is, blowing her kisses and kissy faces and all that, which is so disrespectful because our loved one is not here and we're not allowed to do that. Like, we don't have the chance to do that, you know. But the victim advocate who's there for us, she made sure that to put a stop to it. But it's just like, come on, dude, like, it's just so inconsiderate and just no remorse. But that's pretty much all I have today for an update. So I'll see you guys at the next court hearing. Bye. Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Y'all, the day has come, y'all. We have been going through weeks and months of going back and forth to court. The lawyer on the other side has tried every which way to prolong it, to try to stop it, but it did not work. So today is the official first day of trial. I'm literally shaking. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm shaking. I'm nervous. I'm scared. It's just hard to try to prepare yourself for this day because it can go either way. We can get a not guilty verdict, or we can get a guilty verdict, which of course the guilty verdict is what we're hoping for, because we know the evidence prove that this man is the one who unalived my uncle. So I just hope that we finally get justice for my uncle. But it's just scary that the decision is in the hands of 12 regular people that walk around, you know, like 12 regular people like me. Like, that's crazy that 12 regular people has the fate of my uncle getting his justice in their hands. Y'all, excuse the way I look. It be cold as heck in that courtroom. I'm dressed like it's winter, even though it's summer still, but it be hecka cold in that courtroom. But I low-key couldn't sleep last night. I woke up about like 5 o'clock this morning and was just laying there and just hoping and praying that the jurors just walk in that courtroom with open hearts, open ears, and common sense, because the evidence proves that this man is guilty. So let's just take a moment and say a prayer. Lord, we come to you today with our hearts heavy as we prepare to walk into trial today. Please allow the juror to walk into court with open hearts, open ears, and common sense as they may try to rip my Uncle Ken to pieces. Please let the evidence speak for itself and let the lies be unheard. We know you did not bring us this far to bring us this far. Dear Lord, please grant us the strength to withstand the details and images we are about to see before us today. We know that you give the hardest battles to your toughest soldiers, but Lord, I don't know how much more my grandmother can handle. Even the strongest of the strongest get weak. Lord, this has been a long journey, and as we continue to fight for justice for Ken, fight for what is right, we ask that we walk away with tears in our eyes and pain in our hearts, but not because a murderer has been set free, but because Ken has finally gotten the justice that he deserves. Amen. Y'all, let me go ahead and drive to this courthouse and meet up with everybody else. I know the lawyer had told, the DA told us at the last hearing to make sure we don't mention anything about the case in the hallways because the jurors are going to be out and be present, and they don't want us to have any interaction with them, not even to say hello, good morning, because that can cause for a mistrial, and Lord knows we do not want that. But guys, I just pray that we get the justice that we deserve, that my uncle get the justice that he deserves, because no matter what anybody has done in the past, what anybody's background is, nobody deserves to take someone's life and walk away free. So justice for Ken. Let's go. Yeah, I just pulled up to the courthouse and something just came over me. Like, I'm so freaking nervous. I'm so freaking scared. Like, my uncle has been gone. It'll be 4 years in October, and like seeing him in the casket unalived and all of that, it's like it didn't really kick in until we seen the pictures. We only seen a slight bit of them, but during trial, they're going to be broadcast on a big TV for us to see of his body and the crime scene and all that. And it's just like that, just like set in, and realization just set in, like, dang, he's really gone. Like, it's crazy. So it's just trying to prepare myself for all of that. And it's just, I don't know, y'all. This is not real life. Like, this is some stuff that you see on TV. This is not real life. Like, I can't believe we're going through this, but let me go ahead and head in here. I just seen my grandmother and my twin cousins walk in. I think my brother is already here. My mom and my sister is on the way. So let me go ahead and head in. I don't know how much footage I'm going to get. Of course, I'm not going to get no footage of inside the courtroom and all of that. I might get a little footage once we come outside the courtroom just to see how everybody is feeling. But again, everybody's emotions is high. So I don't want to just shove a camera in everybody's face, but I do want to document this process. So I'll try to get whatever I can get. But let me go ahead and head inside, and I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Bye. How are we feeling, guys? How do you feel?
Look, my name's Ben, and I think he's good at 20 years. I feel good about it. It's in God's hands, and that's just what it is.
Yeah. Right now, y'all, I'm feeling really good. We'll see.
Just stand right there in the corner.
The elevator stopped working, and we are on the 4th floor. And my grandma got to walk all the way up these stairs. She barely making it. Just our luck that the elevator stopped working. She mad. She hecka mad. She got to walk up these stairs. All right, y'all. Day 1 has come to an end. They told us that trial could last up to 10 days. So we don't know how long it's going to be. But day 1 has come to an end. Y'all, that man is so freaking arrogant. Like, he literally has no remorse. He literally just sits there smirking and laughing and looking back at his girlfriend, and it's so annoying. But one of the witnesses, like, him and his girlfriend was just sitting there, like, giving her dirty looks, trying to, like, scare her into not talking, and that creature just gets on my nerves. But it's so far it's looking good to me. The evidence is speaking for itself. So like I said, if the jury just use common sense and listen to the actual evidence, like, I don't see how we can get a not guilty verdict, but we're leaving it in God's hand, and hopefully we get a guilty verdict because he's guilty. The evidence prove he's guilty. Like, we know he's guilty. People who were in the car with him say he is guilty. So there's motive. He's put himself at the crime scene. He had interactions with my uncle right before he unalived him. So I don't see how we can get a not guilty verdict. So that's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, guys. It is day 2 of trial. I am so freaking tired. My husband decided he wanted to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning making noise, and it woke me up. So I am, like, extremely tired. I have to go pick up my grandma this morning, so I have to leave a tad bit earlier. But I'm just not here for the BS today. As y'all see, I wore my Not Today shirt because, baby, I'm not here for it. So I hope today goes smooth. I hope his lawyer is not on no BS today. Y'all, if y'all watched the Cardi B trial and seen Imani's lawyer, that's a representation of his lawyer, except a little older. Baby, it's time to hang up the lawyer card. Like, I know everybody has to get old, but it comes a time where it's time for you to retire, and he's past that time. Because, baby, he be getting on the judge nerves. I swear, he be getting on the judge nerves. Like, so I'm just not here for it today. I don't know how long trial is gonna last today. We're walking in blindsided. I don't know what evidence we're going to see today. I don't know anything. So I'm hoping that today goes good. I'm hoping that I just pray that it just, like I said yesterday, the evidence speaks for itself, because there's no way that you can't see that this man is guilty. But let me go pick up my grandmother. I don't know who's going to show up to trial today. I don't think my brother's going to show up today. And I don't think one of my cousins is going to show up. Actually, I don't even know if both of my cousins is going to show up, because usually one picks up my grandmother. So I don't know. That's beside the point. I'm tired, so I'm just running at the mouth. So let me get over here and pick up my grandma and get on the road. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Bye. We just got to the courthouse, y'all. The line is extremely packed. It's so many people. I thought I was doing good leaving early, but I'm glad I left when I left, because the line is literally wrapped around the building just to get into the courthouse. How are you feeling today, Nan?
Oh, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Tired.
How do you feel so far about
I feel
it?
pretty good today, yeah. Except for my legs being sore, climbing those stairs.
Y'all, the elevator broke yesterday. My grandma had to climb 4 flights of stairs, but let us go ahead and get in here. I think my sister's already here, so we can go jump in line with her. So I'll see y'all when I see y'all.
Break time. We're on our little break, y'all.
She has a slow heartbeat, but Nana also has heart issues. Nana has stents in her heart. Oh Lord, take it. This is
Okay, Father, I come before your presence right now in behalf of this entire family, Lord. Satan, we rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Father, we ask you to send your comfort, your peace, and your assurance that everything is working for your good. Come from Mother Somerville on down. Calm every person that's there, Lord. Let them know that your will gonna be done. Touch her body right now, because Isaiah 53:5 tells us, by your stripes we are healed. And Father, we need peace right now.
Yes, we do.
It tells us that you will keep us in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee. And this family's mind is calling out, Jesus, 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 right now. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right, Miss Marilyn.
It's done.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We're about to go back in. All right.
All right, y'all. I just pulled up to the house. Today is over with. They really didn't talk about much today. Just basically going over the same things. Y'all, when I say his girlfriend is so annoying, like she literally was sitting behind us, like everything. The detective, like they were questioning the detective and stuff, and like everything he was saying, she's in the back whispering like, that's not true, that didn't happen. Like, ma'am, how do you know that didn't happen or that did happen if you weren't there? Like, and then as soon as we walk inside of the court, like she immediately starts crying, like boo-hoo crying. Like I thought they were gonna kick her out yesterday. Like, girl, what are you crying for? We should be the ones crying. What are you crying for? You're still sitting here looking at your boyfriend or whoever he is to you. Like we don't get the chance to look at our boyfriend. What are you crying for? Like, it's so freaking annoying. Like, I don't know if she's trying to get sympathy from the jury. Like, I really don't know, but it's so freaking annoying. Like, oh my God. But tomorrow is going to be one of those hard days. They've already let us know that tomorrow they're going to be talking to the coroner, and we're going to be seeing pictures of my uncle's body and all that. So tomorrow's going to be a hard day. We don't want my grandmother. Well, I'm going to say my family don't want my grandmother in there while they're showing pictures of his body. My personal opinion is, if she feels like she's strong enough to handle seeing the photos, then who are we to tell her that she needs to get out of the courtroom? Everybody else don't think that she will be able to handle it, but she wants to be there. She said she wants to see it. She wants to see what they did to her baby, and that's where I come in at. Like, that's my point of view. Like, she needs her closure. She want to see what they did to her son, and who are we to tell her she shouldn't be in there? Now, granted, my grandma does have a heart problem. Even today in court, her heart was beating fast, and we had to escort her out. But like I said, who are we to take that away from her? Who are we to say, you know, you don't get to see that, you don't get to just, I don't think that we have that right to take that from her. Now, if she wants to see it, she could see it. Now, if it gets to be too much, she can always get up and walk out of the courtroom and come back when she's ready. But I don't feel like we have the right to tell her she can't be in the courtroom at any point of time, because just like we need our closure and we want to be there to hear what happened and see what happened, I feel like she deserves that just as much as we do. It was hard just hearing them depict everything that happened scene by scene, letting us know what they did to him, how they did it. Like, that was hard because you can just picture every moment of what happened, and I can just imagine what was going through his head at that point in time. And it's just to see him sit there and have no remorse, and then to have her in the back of us crying and boo-hooing and telling and saying, oh, that didn't happen, this didn't happen, that didn't happen, like she was there, is just so frustrating. Like, but we're strong as a family. We sit there united, and we sit there with our head held high. It was a few tears that was shed yesterday because it was hard. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be tears shed tomorrow when we have to look at his body and look at what they did to him. But we're strong, and we're going to ride through it, and we're going to sit through this with our head held high and hope to God at the end of it we get a guilty verdict and we get to see his life get thrown away like my uncle's life was thrown away. But that's all for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, guys. Another day, another court day. I'm currently on my way to court. Today is the day we hear from the coroner and see the photos of my uncle's body. I just pray that girlfriend can hold her tears and shut up. And I pray that oh boy keep his composures and keep his arrogance to a minimum. And I just pray for strength for my family and I as we get through this day. Today is going to be a hard day, but I pray that we get through it. I pray for my grandmother. I pray that her heart can stay strong and she can get through this. Guys, I don't know if I would say emotionally drained, but I just feel drained. Like, going to court every day, having to see him every day, having to deal with the girlfriend every day, having to deal with the defense lawyer every day. It's just like, I'm so drained, and we are only on day 3, and this trial could take up to 10 days. So y'all just pray for me, pray for my family, even though when you guys see this, it's going to be after trial, after the verdict. But we just need the strength because I'm just like emotionally, physically drained. But let me head to the court, y'all. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Bye. Y'all, we just got to the courthouse, met up with everybody. We're still waiting on my grandmother and my auntie. How are we feeling today, y'all?
Feeling positive.
And it got nothing to do with positive. I'm nervous because we finna see some stuff that it's gonna be kind of hard. I'm just worried about my grandma today.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Same thing.
How you feeling?
We just want her to be okay, and I pray that if it gets too much for her, she will step out, allow us to take her out. I just hope we all have the strength to deal with what we're going to hear and see today. So God, give us all strength.
And I hope Molly the maid dries her tears up today.
Let's just pray for everybody.
We're going to pray, but I don't have time for Cry Me a River.
She's going to be crying.
She cries every day.
All that snotting back there.
You sit up here in tears.
That's what I said. What are you crying for?
But I think, of course, you're going to say something, or B going to say something about what she did yesterday.
We already did.
But she said she's going to say something again.
No, yeah, she said she's already here. Yeah, she's already here.
She's not going to be here in the beginning.
Oh, she told. Oh,
No, she said she might not. She said she's dealing with something right now, but hopefully she's done.
And then Portia brought
Right.
something else.
I said, oh, they got it back.
That we watched stuff on TV.
Kayla.
And everybody's
they
able to
stayed
wear
with
their
their
shirts. Like, justice for.
I've seen other court cases where they were able to wear their shirts.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Just know something about this judge specifically, and they're like, he doesn't
like it.
Oh, is that what
It's okay, because them seeing our face know that we're Ken all the
Don't care
way.
about his jury. Everybody else, he be cussing them lawyers.
That officer that walked in.
That's not my good ear. Turn off that thing right now. And don't walk behind me, because I don't
You're distracting me.
saw that? He said, that was video. I was like,
We're taking our lunch break, everybody's right here. There's Malia, my sister, and B is at the car, but we're taking our little lunch break. We decided to come outside. I am literally sitting on the floor, but
we could move to the street.
y'all, today was a hard day. Harder than I thought it was gonna be. Not only did we see the images of my uncle's body during the autopsy, we also seen video footage and still shots of literally my uncle's whole last few minutes on earth. Like, I didn't know that video footage existed. Of course, the DA couldn't tell us every little piece of evidence that she had, so we didn't know that there were actual video footage. There was actual video footage of my uncle getting unalived. Although we can't physically see him get unalived, we could hear it. There was a big tree that was blocking the camera angle, but you could hear it. And it's just seeing literally step by step. Like, in my head, all I kept saying was, this is a minute before he was unalived. Only if he would have made a different decision or went a different way, he would be here. Like, this was seconds before he was unalived. Like, it's like seeing that and hearing that literally have done something to me. Like, the whole way driving home is just, his whole last few minutes is literally just replaying in my head, and I can't get it out of my head. Like, it's just so crazy. You could literally see the car pull up. You could literally hear the gunshots. You could literally hear my uncle screaming. Like, it's doing something to me. Like, it was so hard in that courtroom today, y'all. Like, I can't even describe how hard it was. And then the victim advocate had already pulled us to the side and let us know, like, I know it's hard. I'm trying to be as sensitive as I can, but please try to contain your emotions. Please try to contain your outbursts, because the lawyer will try to do any and everything to try to get a mistrial. So seeing my uncle's body, seeing and hearing my uncle's last few minutes on earth, I literally could not hold it together. Like, I literally felt like I was gonna have a panic attack. Like, it was so hard. But baby, Stevie Wonder can see that this man is guilty. Stevie Wonder can see that he did it. It's too much evidence. It's too much video proof that shows that he did it. Like, there's no way of getting out of it. Like, if this jury does not come back with a guilty verdict, something is wrong with them. Literally, because there's too much evidence that points to him doing it. There's too much evidence. Like, y'all, I'm just like physically, emotionally drained going through this trial, seeing the things that we're seeing and hearing the things that we're hearing. Like, this man didn't give my uncle a chance at all. He blindsided him. He didn't give him a chance to defend himself at all. He literally blindsided him. Imagine standing there minding your business, talking to somebody. A car pulls up, pop, pop, and you're dead. Like, well, not dead, but the lady said, I don't know the correct terminology. I don't know, pathology, coroner, the one who did the autopsy on my uncle's body said that it would have taken an hour from the time he got shot to the time that he passed away. It would have took 1 hour. So from the time that my uncle got shot to the time he passed away was roughly about an hour to an hour and a half. He basically bled to death. It was literally hard, and my grandma sat through all of it, but my grandma has like a hard time of hearing. So when the video played of you hearing my uncle get shot and hearing him scream, my grandma was able to hear the gunshots, but she was not able to hear him scream. And when we all went to the little conference room and asked my grandma, like, are you okay? And she was like, my grandma, when I tell y'all, my grandma is so strong. Like, this is her son that got unalived, and she's sitting there consoling us. My sister, my mom, myself, like, we could not hold it together. Like, we literally lost it. And my grandma was sitting there trying to console us, and I felt so bad. But we asked her, we were like, Nana, did you hear? And she's like, yeah, I heard the gunshots. And we're like, no, you didn't hear? And she's like, no, what did I miss? And I'm like, you literally can hear him screaming on the video. Like, you can literally hear it. But I'm just thankful that she didn't hear that. But her response was, I wish I could have heard it so that I could have heard my baby's last words. And that just, y'all, I don't wish this pain on nobody at all. Like, this is crazy, bro. And then from seeing him myself in the courtroom, from hearing testimony, this man has no remorse at all. He didn't have no remorse when he did it. He doesn't have remorse now. It's so crazy. It is so crazy. But I just can't get it out of my head. I just keep replaying those last few minutes in my head over and over and over and over again. And I can't get it out of my head. Baby, when I tell y'all, mind y'all, remember I told y'all that girlfriend is like cry me a river through every freaking point of testimony. As soon as she walk in the courtroom, she's crying me a river. While they're showing my uncle's body, not one tear. She's back there being rude as hell, scrambling through her bag, shuffling through her papers. Babe, what are you taking notes on? What do you need to take notes on? You're being disrespectful. But as soon as that part passed and they're not showing my uncle's body no more, the tears started flowing again. Like, ma'am, I really want to ask her, like, what are you crying for? What do you have to cry for? Whether your boyfriend go to jail, well, he's in jail. Whether he stay in jail for however many years he get, you still get to talk to him. You still get to go visit him. You still get to see him. We don't have that. We don't have that. Your boyfriend took that away from us. So what are you crying for? I really want to know, what is she crying for? But I just think that's rude as hell. While we're sitting here crying and mourning our loved one, you're back here shuffling through papers and taking notes. I just will never understand. I will never understand. When I tell y'all that this DA is doing her big one, baby, she is doing her big one. When I tell y'all the lawyer for the defense hasn't really said much of nothing, and then when he do speak, it's a bunch of BS, because the evidence speaks for itself. Like, what can he say? There's nothing that he can say. Like, the defense lawyer really haven't said much of anything. Nothing at all. This DA is eating his ass up because, like I said, the proof is in the pudding. The evidence is clear as day. I personally do not see how he is going to get out of this. So we'll see, y'all. But I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all, I'm sitting here needing to get up and get ready so that I can head out to go to trial today. I am literally like just drained emotionally, physically. Like, I am just drained. This is so hard, y'all. I don't wish this on nobody. Like, what we're going through right now, I wouldn't wish this on anybody. Like, imagine losing 8 people within a 4-year period, consecutively, back to back to back, multiple in 1 year. Imagine one of those being a murder. Imagine going through the funeral, burying him, and not like moving on or forgetting, but like kind of just maneuver through life. Like, just trying to maneuver through life and keep life going as you know how. Imagine 3.5 years later getting a call that they finally caught the person who did it. Imagine sitting in court, looking this person in their eyes and seeing that they have no type of remorse whatsoever. Imagine sitting through trial every day, hearing evidence, seeing my uncle's final moments, final minutes play out right there in front of us. Imagine hearing my uncle scream after he has been shot multiple times. Imagine that being the last thing that you hear of my uncle before he passes away. Just imagine. It is literally replaying over and over and over and over again in my head, and I cannot get it out. I cannot get the images out of my head. I cannot get the sound out of my head. I cannot get it out of my head, and it's so freaking hard. It's hard. It's so hard trying to be strong for my grandmother because this is her son. It's so hard seeing my grandmother console us because we can't keep it together. It's so hard. This is a pain that I don't wish on nobody. On nobody. And I don't know how to get those images and those sounds out of my head. I don't. But I want them to leave so bad. They say that it's hard not knowing what happened to someone or what someone went through at the time of their passing. But actually seeing and hearing it, I think is actually worse because I cannot get it out of my head to save my life. I can't sleep. I'm just physically and mentally and emotionally drained. And then to still have to go to court every day and look at this person who did it and look and see that he has no remorse. It's so hard, y'all. To sit there in court and have girlfriend behind us crying a freaking river every day when her boyfriend is still alive. My uncle is 6 feet under. He's not coming back. He's not coming back. We don't get to hear his voice no more. We don't get to see his face no more. And she's sitting behind us crying. It's so freaking annoying and it's so frustrating. But y'all, I gotta get up and get ready and head out and go to court. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Bye. Good morning, y'all. Today is Monday. We didn't go to trial on Friday because the judge gave everybody a break. But today we have court early this morning. I think that either today or tomorrow might be the last day of trial because the DA has already rested her case. So it's all on the defendant and his lawyer, which I don't think he gonna have much to say. I know he had some more evidence that he wanted to present today, but I don't know if he's going to be recalling any witnesses or whatever. But honestly, I don't think that he's going to have much to say because he hasn't had much to say this whole case. So, like I said, I feel strongly about getting a guilty verdict. But now my concern is we get a guilty verdict, but he don't get that many years. So that's what I'm worried about now because the victim's advocate told us on Thursday that they're going to add like multiple, I don't know the correct terminology, y'all, so don't don't quote me, but they're gonna add like multiple charges, like murder, first degree murder, like all of that. And then she said that they're gonna add, I think it's called like something to do with like anger, heat of the moment or something like that. Basically saying that like, yes, he may have committed the crime, but it was in the heat of the moment. Baby, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in nothing being heat of the moment, because just because you're mad or because, you know, you're angry, you can go around killing people. I think that's a bunch of bull crap. But she said that they do that because she had a case where they knew the guy was guilty and he was up for 25 to life, and it was one juror that did not want to give him 25 to life. And because they didn't have multiple options on there, I think he ended up walking or something like that, she said. So now the DA likes to add like multiple things for the jury to choose from in case they don't want to give him like a murder, a murder charge or whatever. So that's what I'm afraid of now, that he's going to get found guilty and not get that many years. Baby, he needs to get 20 plus years, because whatever he gets, he only has to serve, I think, 10%. So he needs to do some time for what he did to my uncle. Like, my uncle did not deserve that. And he didn't even give my uncle a chance to defend himself. Didn't give my uncle a chance to fight. Did nothing. Like, I don't care about no heat of the moment. Like I said, just because we're mad in that moment, we can go around killing people. No, he needs to get 25 to life. Or if not 25 to life, he need to get something over 20 years. So that's what I'm afraid of now, y'all. But like I said, I think either today or tomorrow is going to be our last day, and then the jury is going to go in and, you know, discuss the verdict. So it's like, I want this to be over, but at the same time, like, I'm nervous for it to be over because I don't know what the outcome is going to be. So I'm just scared, but I'm about to be on my way out. Y'all, excuse my dog, but I'm about to be on my way out and see what today brings us. Bye, y'all. Y'all, this is our last walk before we get back. What we gonna get, y'all? What we gonna get, Portia? Guilty. We're about to get, this is our last walk out of this courthouse before we get our guilty verdict, because we're gonna get our guilty verdict.
Big can, not in the pen.
But we feel good, y'all. We feel good. How you feel, Big Head?
Oh man, I need out of here.
Out of here. All right, y'all.
Can we do a dance when they say guilty?
Man, it's gonna be so hard to keep my composure.
I'm turn to Molly Make. Now you start. Now it's the
Hey, we gonna get up. We gonna get up and do our church pose. Everybody gonna put that finger up and walk out and start celebrating.
Waste her time in the morning, make her, and she's gonna cry it out and gonna leave out.
Y'all, as soon as she walk in that courtroom, she starts crying. Like, nothing was even said today for her to be crying, and she was crying. Yeah, he walked out today blowing kisses. He gets on my nerves. Gets on my last nerve.
Get all that. That's his last.
But Wednesday is the day, y'all. Well, Wednesday is the day the juror starts to deliberate, but we don't know how long they're gonna deliberate for, but we're gonna be here. But all right, y'all. See y'all when I see y'all. All right, y'all. So I just got back home. I knew today was gonna be the last day, today or tomorrow, because the DA had already said she didn't have any more witnesses, that she rests her case, and the defense attorney had more evidence but ended up not wanting to present it. So I knew today would be the last day. So both the DA and the defendant's lawyer has to go over like the juror instructions and hold on. So yeah, so both the DA and the defense attorney have to go over the juror instructions and all of that, and then we go back Wednesday, and once they give the juror instructions and go over their closing arguments, the jury goes and deliberates. They said it could take anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 weeks. They don't know how long it's going to take, but they're only giving us 20 minutes to get to the courthouse. Once they come back and say that they have a verdict, which everybody lives more than 20 minutes away. So we're just going to have to go up there every day and sit up there and till they get a verdict, because we don't want to miss it. And but she was saying, we're hoping that they don't take long to deliberate, because I'm telling you, the evidence speaks for itself. So it's looking good. Like I said, they're trying to throw in that heat of the moment deal, but my brother-in-law looked it up and you could still get 25 to life even if they give him that. So we're leaving it in God's hands and we're just hoping for the best. So dang, y'all, this is crazy. But I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Bye. Good morning, y'all. When I say I am nervous, I am nervous. Today is the day. Today is the day for closing arguments. Today is the day for jury instruction. And today is the day that the jury is going to start to deliberate. I know that you cannot question God. I know that whatever is going to happen is going to happen. I have faith. I have faith that they are going to find him guilty. And I know you can't question God, so I'm trying not to have a but at the end of that. But at the end of the day, it's 12 regular people that are going to be making this decision. I hope that they just use their common sense because the evidence speaks for itself. I have a feeling that in the closing argument, the defense attorney is going to try to confuse the juror because that's all he's been doing is trying to confuse the witnesses and the judge and everybody. So I feel like when he do his closing statement, he's going to try to confuse the jury. But it's a good thing that the DA gets to speak first. And after he speaks, she gets to speak again. But like I said, the evidence speaks for itself. So I just hope that we get a guilty verdict. Now, I'm hoping that today we get a decision, but the juror can take 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 hours, 5 hours, 2 weeks to decide if he's guilty or not guilty. So I'm hoping that we get a verdict today because, like I said, the evidence speaks for itself. But you never know. You never know how these things are going to go. But our faith is in the Lord. And like I said before, he did not bring us this far to bring us this far. So we are going to walk away with a guilty verdict. Whether that's today, tomorrow, next week, we're going to walk away with a guilty verdict. So fingers crossed, y'all. Justice for Ken. We're fighting all the way for you. Y'all, so the DA has... Wait. I'm not about to play with her. Now they gotta fix their hair, but the DA has given her closing statements. And baby, when I say she did her big one, she did her big one. We are on our lunch break right now, and then when we come back, we hear from the... Where's Nana? You know Nana slow. We hear from the defendant side, but baby, she did her big one. When I say she put this case together well, so she put this case together well.
About a car and time.
And time. That's it.
And
that's it. Car and time. Because that's all he's been saying the whole time. But when I say it's all tea, no piss, she did her big one. Shout out to her.
Mom, why am I thinking that they came in the front?
No, they did.
They came in front of El Toro? So I'm right there.
Hold up. When they put the heat up a car wash. Come on.
That's her.
Then when we're walking out, I'm still use the restroom. I'll meet you back downstairs. Can somebody hold my cup, please? Because I don't want to take it in the restroom.
All right, do me.
So I'm going to take the stairs. This is Monica. Huh? This is Monica. This is me. She comes in.
Back to her.
This is Nana. She leans to the side. What's Nana? Shh. This is my mama.
No, what you say? Is that the sister?
No. This is mom.
You gotta shake the leg.
You be pulling that jacket together.
Oh God.
Get the press up here.
We're going to see Tony. This is Tony Evans Jr.
Y'all, so I just got home and baby, when I tell you the DA represented my uncle to the T, the evidence was evidencing. She did an amazing job representing my uncle and defending my uncle. When I tell you the defendant's attorney, so I'm pretty sure in previous clips you guys have heard me say that we had hearings on things that they couldn't mention in front of the juror and things that they could mention in front of the jury, and there was things that were like hearsay and he say, she say, things that wasn't like provable facts, that weren't supposed to be mentioned in front of the jury. He did his closing statement. When I tell you he wasn't talking about much of nothing, he wasn't talking about much of nothing. At the end of his closing statement, he really hurried up and snuck in some allegations that were not supposed to be mentioned in front of the juror, like just putting my uncle down, making him look so horrible. Like, all of our family was taken aback. The judge was taken aback. The DA was taken aback. The victim's advocate was taken aback, because these are all things that were discussed prior to having the jury in the courtroom, of things that were not supposed to be mentioned because they weren't provable facts. It was all hearsay and he say, she say. So that just got all of us really upset, because I knew from the beginning that he was going to try and present evidence to the jury to try to confuse them and make my uncle look bad. And it's kind of crazy that in my prayer from day one of us going to trial, my prayer said, please let the lies be unheard, because baby, the lies that he told today was crazy. But like I said before, we're still hopeful that we're going to get a guilty verdict, because the evidence is there. The evidence, if you look at the evidence, use your common sense, the evidence is there. I'm trying not to dislike the attorney, but at the end of the day, he's doing his job and trying to defend his client and prove that his client is not guilty, even though Stevie Wonder could see that that man is guilty and that man did it. Even the DA said that she's never seen that level of unprofessionalism in her career that she saw in that courtroom today coming from the defendant's attorney, because he purposely disobeyed the judge and spoke on some things that were not supposed to be mentioned. But it's all in God's hand. Whatever he was trying to do is not going to happen. I strongly feel that we are going to get a guilty verdict. So it is what it is. We did finish kind of late, so we only got to the part where the jury were able to go into the deliberation room and select a foreman, and that was practically it. So they have to be there bright and early at 9:30 tomorrow and start their deliberation process. And like I said, it could take 30 minutes, it could take an hour, it could take a week, it could take 2 weeks. We don't know how long. Y'all, excuse the noise in the background. My husband wants to be rudely loud, but we don't know how long it's going to take. At first I was like, oh, I hope it takes 30 minutes because the evidence. No, I want the jury to look at the evidence and rewatch the evidence, even though the DA's closing testimony, she replayed some of the videos, and she really did an amazing job mapping out the whole case. But I really want them to take their time and look at the evidence and see that the evidence speaks for itself, because like I said, and like I've been saying this whole time, the defendant's attorney, the things that he's mentioning, the imaginary car he's talking about, if you look at the evidence, it's bro, what are you talking about? What are you seeing? We see none of this evidence. But at the end of the day, like I said, his job is to prove his client is guilty. But without a reasonable doubt, he proved that his client was guilty as hell. But we're still just hopeful, and hopefully tomorrow they reach a verdict, and the verdict is guilty of first-degree murder and with a firearm. So that's where we're at, y'all. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Bye.